Peace. What's going on, everybody? Yo, this is the God Lord Supreme from Born Power Truth, See Truth, representing that 203. You know what I'm saying? East Coast side of the wilderness of North America, on the Atlantic side of the ocean, you know. But today's math is knowledge at a cipher, right? So what I wanted to do is I wanted to take my knowledge and add it on to the cipher, you know, and give people some insight on how to use words in their proper context, right? And I was sitting back today and I was really doing the knowledge. I was really thinking on a couple words that a lot of brothers and sisters use in regards to the context in which is given it. So the word that I came upon, right, was sin and pray. And the reason why I came upon these two words is because, you know, even me being 85% in my days, in my youthful days, I always questioned, you know, these two words because of the mere fact that the way that it was used and in the context it was given in. And one thing that I want to emphasize with a lot of brothers and sisters is that you have to be careful on how you use certain words in certain contexts. Like for instance, right? If you meet a person and they're being lackadaisical, that basically means that they're being lazy and they're slacking and they're falling off from whatever they're doing. But in the context that you're using it, you're helping a person bring forth understanding to their set situation and circumstance accordingly, right? So now we got these two words. We got sin and pray, right? Now, as I was doing my research, because you take nothing on face value, everything is questioned and examined thoroughly with a keen insight and with the mind's eye, you know. And the problem is that a lot of times we just really take a lot of stuff that we read and we look at, even in these videos on YouTube, on face value, and we don't really take the time to properly examine or thoroughly evaluate the context in which these words are being used in, and the way that they describe situations and circumstances. So we end up falling victim to, you know, people's way of thinking, people's way of dealing with things, and their dogmatic trends and phrases and terms that they coin. So what I wanted to do today was I want to be able to clear the air with a lot of you brothers and sisters that are Christians, a lot of you brothers and sisters that use these words, so that way you can have a better understanding on the right way on how to go about using them. The word sin is a Hebrew word, right? Now, I don't know specifically the proper word on how to pronounce it, but what I would do is I will send or put a link in the bottom of the description box below on this video in the word pray, so that way you brothers can have understanding and research it for yourself and see how the word is properly used, right? So that being said, the word sin means to fall short or to be off target or to go wrong, right? Now this is the thing that the Hebrews used back then, you know, whenever something wasn't right, something didn't go right, or things in a situation wasn't the way that it's supposed to be and it needs to be corrected. You feel me? So both of us. Shit. Peace. Pardon self. So like I was saying, the Hebrews back then knew and understand that when a person has sinned, they fell short of their objective or their task or their goal. So what they wanted to do was they went into what they call prayer. Now, prayer, or the word pray, means to judge or to examine oneself. You feel what I'm saying? So when a person prays, a person is examining, assessing, and evaluating their situation and circumstance accordingly to how they see fit and what needs to be done in order for them to correct the mistake at hand. Now, some of the times when you in church and you hear your pastor or your reverend or even your deacon or bishop speaking, they talk about sin and prayer. You know what I'm saying? You want to correct the sin, you have to pray. You know what I'm saying? So the way that I knew that these words were sometimes used in the wrong context was because when you look at Romans, in one of the chapters it says, all have fallen short. All have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Now, in that context and in that sentence, you can see what I just told you. The word sin means to be off target, to fall short, or to miss the target. So when you fall short, that basically means you were there, but you just missed it by a couple of inches. You see what I'm saying? And the same thing that goes with prayer. When a person sinned and fell short, what they did was they pray in order for them to correct said behavior or mistake. Now, when a person said that they gotta go pray, they're basically saying, I have to thoroughly examine myself and see where I went wrong at in my endeavors in order for me to be able not to miss my objective and my goal. Sin and pray. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I know a lot of y'all brothers and sisters like, well, you know, sin basically means when you do wrong. Yes, it is. Morally wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because morally you have a conscience, which basically means you know right from wrong. You know what's right, you know what's not right. You know what you're supposed to do and know what not supposed to do. So this is why people thoroughly examine themselves, you know, and make sure that they evaluated the whole situation in its totality, so that way this situation won't arise again. You know, the Hebrews were very, very smart. They were very intelligent. They were original people. They were original men and women. So they already knew what the deal was with themselves. It wasn't no rocket science. They knew what they had to do in order for them to fix the behavior. They knew what they had to do in order for them to correct their shortcomings, so that way they could be better in their endeavors. But nowadays, when you hear a Christian or anybody say it and use it in the context that it's given in or used in, it's usually like, okay, I'm a sinner. No, everybody's not a sinner, because everybody don't always fall short. Some cases you might fall short. You feel what I'm saying? But this is why praying or meditation out loud is a form of correcting the behavior, because now you are evaluating the situation accordingly. You're saying to yourself, okay, where did I go wrong at, and what can I do next time to correct the behavior? You feel what I'm saying? Like, people that say certain things, you have to be able to understand it in the context in which it's used in. This is why I stress, you know, that whenever a person says certain things, you have to be aware and do the knowledge and listen attentively to what's being said, because you can easily miss the message and the senses of what the person is saying. You know what I mean? So, like I said, the word sin basically means to fall short or miss the target. You know what I'm saying? It basically means that, because at the end of the day, you know, who wants to always miss their target, especially if they have a goal or objective to complete, right? I don't think nobody does. So overall, what I'm saying is, please, whenever you take the time, and if you watch this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of links in the description box below, so that way you can have an understanding and research it for yourself and find out what these words really mean. Because at the end of the day, it's only saving you. You know what I'm saying? When I add knowledge onto my cipher, that means that I'm enlightening myself with more information to be enlightened, so I can understand how things function, operate, and are governed accordingly to the way it's supposed to be. You don't just take something on face value and just run with it. Because if that was the case, we'd be all doing that right now. We'd still be the 85. But the 5% teach freedom, justice, and equality, and that basically means that we're trying to free you from the problems and the daily endeavors that you face on a daily basis with dealing with information. This is the technological era, so there's more information being handed out on the internet. All right, so I just wanted to drop those two nuggets in your ear about the whole idea of sin and prayer, because I honestly see that some people use it in the wrong context in their sentences, you know. Oh, and another thing, there's a church song, right, that it goes like this. It goes, we fall down, but we get up. And it says, a sinner is just a saint who fell down and got back up. So basically, it's saying it in the song. A saint is just a sinner that fell. Not a sinner that's a saint. Or was a saint. One of the two. I don't know. I ain't into that church shit like that. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? And when you read your Bible, read it with a keen insight in the mind's eye. Use understanding when you're reading. Some people don't understand with the intent to listen. They understand with the intent to reply. And this is where understanding gets misunderstood. All right, so once again, I trust and will that this video was beneficial and it was fruitful to help you on your endeavors and your daily travels on your journey of life to be more enlightened and awakened. All right, you guys take care, have a blessed day, and I'm gonna go and get this money. You heard me now? Take it easy. Peace.